Alright lads, welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be around that starting 11 that we've to watch out for in the coming season. And the main reason why this is a bit relevant now is because obviously a player, including in this team, has now left Scottish football. So we really do need to update it a bit. As you can see by this lovely spectacle on the board here, we've currently got a 4-4-2 situation. We've got a left back who is no longer with us. So we're going to give it a wee formation change up, and I'm going to make you decide what player goes into the team to replace Tierney. And with the formation change, it won't be a left back, let's just say that. So just give me a second to change all this up. Right lads, here we are. It's the changed lineup. I've went for a 3-4-3 and I've tried to mix in the players as well as I could. Obviously I need to keep the same sort of squad, just taking out one player because he's left Scottish football. So I've went with the best that I possibly could, and that does mean that I've had to put Paul McMillan in at left wing back, but I feel like he runs a lot, so I'll get away with it. The one position that we do need to have a look at though is centre back, and the two options in the reserves, when you picked this, a lot of names were obviously brought up in the comments, and there was only two other centre backs named, so that's why I'm picking out of these two players and not just anyone in Scottish football. So the two names that you need to pick from in the top right hand corner right now are John Souttar and Col Donaldson. And I certainly know that a few fans here don't like Col Donaldson, especially if you're a Dundee United fan. You're not the biggest fan of Col. There you go, Col Donaldson is one of the options, and John Souttar is also another option, who's obviously Craig Halkett's sort of defensive partner at Hearts. Not right at this moment, but they're both at the same club, so defensive partners. So as I said, the poll will have popped up about 20 seconds ago or so now, so have your say in that. But anyway, let's get on to talking about what's happened to this team in the month of July, because it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and obviously we've went through a full month of football where the footballs came back, competitive games, etc, etc. So let's go through the full team and see what they've been up to. In goal, Vaclav Hladky, obviously, is now out of the Betfred Cup with St Mirren, conceded 3 goals to Dunfermline Athletic on the opening day of the Betfred Cup, and didn't concede a hell of a lot more in the Betfred Cup itself, but his team are now out of the Betfred Cup, and that's really all there is to report on Vaclav Hladky. He probably could have had a chance of leaving St Mirren this summer, but I think he's going to stay there, and good for us, because I like Vaclav Hladky as a goalkeeper. I think he's a good shot stopper, and I'm glad to have him in the team. Next up, right wing back James Tavernier. Of course, he's a regular in the Rangers team, he's the captain, and he's going to be there for the foreseeable future, at least this season anyway. He's not really hitting the major heights that you would expect him to just yet, but I do imagine that he's going to rack up the goals and assists once again this season, like he has done since he's came to Scottish football, when Rangers signed him in the Scottish Championship about 4 years ago now. Next up is that empty centre back role. The other two centre backs, Craig Halkett and Tom Gravosti. Craig Halkett has had a couple of assists for Hearts in the couple of games that's been played recently. He had an assist in the Aberdeen game, which obviously they lost 3-2 at Pittodrie, and he does prove to at least be playing a bigger part in Hearts' defence than I did kind of think he would have, because I didn't know if Souttar and Berra would continue as the Hearts partnership and then Halkett would have to fight his way in. Obviously Souttar's had a slight wee injury, I think, so Halkett's came in and he's done the business. Hopefully he can continue that so that we can keep talking about him in these videos. And Tom Gravosti, I can't say I've seen much of him this season. I'm not sure what the deal with him is. I know I've got a few Ross County fans here, that's why he's even in the team, so let me know what's up with Tom Gravosti, because I've not seen much of him this season so far. And then next is probably the weirdest addition to the lineup. It's, as I said, Paul McMillan at left wing back, and that's just to kind of shoehorn him into this team because he was in the original team and I had to kind of fit in all of the players into the one team, and I knew I had to go with a 3 at the back. So Paul McMillan, as I said, he runs a bit a lot, so left wing back might not be the worst role for him. He's not exactly the best defensive player to ever have in your team, but as I said, he runs a bit a lot and he'll probably put in 100% effort. So there you go, Paul McMillan at left wing back. He's been doing alright for Dundee United so far, but I do know that Robbie Neilson rates him a lot, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what Paul McMillan does this season, except against Dunfermline Athletic later on this month, in fact. And then the two central midfielders, first up Joe Chalmers, scored a beauty of a goal in Ross County's opening league game against Hamilton. Fantastic wee kind of outside the box first time, curled it right into the bottom corner. Fantastic finish, and if he does more of that, I'll be delighted to keep talking about him, because I didn't really know what to expect for Joe Chalmers in the Premiership, but he seems to be proving that he's a good enough quality player to be up there. And then next up is the most recent new addition to the team, Regan Henry. When David Turnbull got kind of sort of long term injured this time last month, you wanted Regan Henry put in the team, obviously a Raith Rovers player, so he's now in the team, and Raith have started off okay. Obviously they've not gotten through in the Betfred Cup, but they started off the league campaign just fine at the weekend with a 1-0 win over Dumbarton. I imagine that he'll be a good player in League 1 for Raith this season. He's not done a hell of a lot of impact just yet, but maybe Raith fans, you'll know more about him in the last month or so. So how's Regan Henry been doing? And now we're moving on to the forward line. And the striker is Lee Griffiths, who's made a pretty remarkable comeback from his sort of 6 months out of football. He's been scoring goals in European action, coming off the bench and making an impact. He's just been doing what you expect Lee Griffiths to do, and that's score goals when given the chance. And even when he's playing a bit part role just now, kind of in and out of the team, starting some games, no starting others, he's still having an impact and coming on and scoring goals, which, as I said, you expect Lee Griffiths to do. And for my sake, I hope he gets ahead of Oslan Edward in the Celtic team and can play as many games as possible this season, and as you all expect him to do, keep scoring goals. And then, as I said, I went for a 3-4-3 formation, so I've had to go with two left forwards, right forwards instead of right wingers and stuff like that. There are no really wingers in this formation, it's more of a 3 up top sort of thing. So right forward is Mitch Megginson, who has been scoring goals in the month of July for Cove Rangers, and I think he scored 2 in that 5-0 win over Edinburgh City on the opening day of the league campaign. So started where he left off in the Highland League last season. He obviously near enough scored 50 goals last season, and now he's got 2 to his name already in league business so far this season. He's definitely been doing the business so far, and that's only in the league. So I assume that, like Lee Griffiths, whenever he's given the chance to score, he will do so. And then at left forward, we've got Super Joe Cardle. He's been playing for Partick Thistle along with Ryan Williamson, and Ryan Williamson actually scored a goal, his second goal of his career, and the 2 goals that Ryan Williamson scored in his career, Joe Cardle's been there to celebrate with him. There was also a wee video of a friendship sort of video on Partick Thistle's Twitter with Joe Cardle and Ryan Williamson featured, so it pulled at the heartstrings of some Dunfermline fans, that's for sure. Joe Cardle in the team. I don't know how much of a big part he'll have to play in Partick's season this campaign, because they have signed a good couple of wingers, and it'll just depend on obviously the consistency and form of players like Cardle. But he did score on the opening day against Alloa, so he's probably got a decent enough chance of playing the first half a dozen games and then seeing where he's at that point. But we'll see if Joe Cardle can cut inside throughout this season and score a couple. Cut inside, Joe, cut inside. So that's it for this sort of lineup video, the wee update sort of video. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below what you think of this starting 11, give me any updates on any of the players if you support the clubs that they play for, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.